What's going on, everyone? MetalBlade427 here, and I welcome you to the bonus episode of Batman Arkham Asylum. That's right, everything is said and done in terms of the main story-wise. We went through from beginning to end, took down Joker and his Titan project, met a whole lot of different characters, found some crazy and sometimes hard to find riddles and riddle trophies, some mediocre to really cool boss fights. Like, it's just been a really awesome adventure from beginning to end, and I thank you guys out there so much for coming along with me on that journey. But in this particular episode, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over a lot of the extra content and things like that in the game. I'm not going to be showing you everything, but I am going to talk about it and also explain to you what gets unlocked mostly with the Riddler Trophies. I don't know if you noticed, whenever I went in to actually take a look at my trophies, some of them had this little green key down on the bottom of it, and that basically means that it unlocks something, whether it be a character bio, which I have explained to you every single one of them, that's all of these things, but it also unlocked things like character trophies, for example, and I'm just going to go and just kind of show off one or two. Like, if you go over to Harley Quinn, you get yourself, a really cool standing image of Harley. You can rotate it around, you can zoom in or zoom up, zoom down. I think this is zoom in, right? I swear there was a zoom. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So you can zoom in anywhere that you please. You can move the camera around, and it's just, okay, there we go. Nice assets. And just kind of check out, the trophy of her in her, awesome outfit and everything like that. You can do that for pretty much anybody else in the game. So, here's... you can just stare at Poison Ivy for as long as you want, because, it is a thing. I do like her hair, though. Just look at the way that kind of moves. Rather than it being just a standing image, her hair actually has some motion to it. She has a really weird arm length there. I don't know. It's not so much a length, it's just the way that it's positioned. I don't know. It's weird. But, yeah, so you can look at Ivy, and then you can go ahead and, scan through anything else. You have Killer Croc right here, just giant, monstrous, creature, person thing. I love all the little details on him, the scales and the claws and the spikes and everything. I think one of my favorites also is the Batwing. Not so much because of the Batwing, but if you actually look inside, you have a little Batman in there, flying around on it. Plus, it is on its little pedestals to pretend like it's flying, so it would be something that you would actually have up on your shelf as, a trophy of sorts. But that's really one of the things that gets unlocked as you go through the game. I'll show off Scarecrow, because I know a lot of people seem to really like Scarecrow. Still a weird design, in my opinion, with those Freddy Krueger fingers, but not bad overall. I mean, I do like the mask that he has, and he had some really awesome segments in the game, so not all bad by any, stretch of the word and everything. I was trying to see if I could look inside his eyes. Can I see, an eyeball or something? Nah, he's just creepy. But yeah, so there's all that. You can go ahead and look through all these if you wanted to. Again, just standing images of characters that you've met throughout the course of the game. Another thing that unlocks is in extra content, I believe. Oh yeah, once you beat the game once and you start going through these extra stuff, you can choose between outfits that Batman can wear. The normal Batsuit or the armored Batsuit. As far as I know, there's no difference between the two. It's just an aesthetic thing. The armored Batsuit does look pretty cool, but it doesn't grant him any extra abilities or things along that way. So, you could choose it, and it is what it is. Oh, this is the DLC. All right, I'm going to go over that momentarily. We're going to go into challenge mode first. And once again, you get to choose whichever one you want. Challenge mode is pretty much broken up into two things. You have these modes, which is just a fight mode, as you can see by the fist. And then you also have these modes, which are the Silent Night Stealth Predator modes. And basically, in each one, you have objectives to hit. So for the fight ones, you have to hit certain point values, as you can see over there to the left. And in the Silent Predator ones, you have to do these particular actions in order to create, or in order to get the bat point, the bat medal, or whatever it is. So Silence is Golden, I believe, is a silent takedown. Blast Zone is knocking a bad guy out with explosive gel, things like that. And they explain to you what they are when you actually activate it. You can beat these without even doing any of those three, but you don't earn any of the bat symbols. And really all that is just to kind of show how good you are at the game. So you earn more medallions and everything like that as you go through, and it's just an achievement structure. How many bat medals can you get? Up to 3 per section. And of course they get harder and harder as you go through, to the point where you get all the way to the end and it says extreme. So this is a map that you would have seen earlier. It's just with difficult guys. Like, they have more health, they have better weapons, things along that ways. And then I want to say, like, I don't think it's Rumble in the Jungle. I want to say it's Shock and Awe. Round 3 or 4, you actually fight Zaz. Like, he's an actual guy that you beat up in this. And he's nothing more than a normal knife guy, but he is a little bit stronger, and he does have a little bit more health, but the instant takedowns will knock him down immediately, so always aim with that. That's one of the cool things about this. You fight villains that you didn't normally fight in the game, but that's all this is. This is just for your own personal entertainment. There's no replay value to it in terms of the main story. It doesn't add anything to the main story. It's just, do you want to go and try to have the highest scores you can see from the leaderboards, or just, you know, do whatever it is that you want to do. I normally have not done any of these, even under normal circumstances. But that's it. These unlock as you find the Riddler Trophies. That's why every so often you would have seen something pop up that would say, like, Shock and Awe or something like that. That's a new map that is opened up. As far as the one below it, extra content, this is the downloadable stuff that comes with the Game of the Year edition. Now, PlayStation 3 had an exclusive Silent Predator map to it that is not in this version, and that would be something that was exclusive to the Joker. I'm pretty sure these are all Batman stuff. Like, this, I want to say, is like, is this Wayne Manor? I think this might be Wayne Manor, unless I'm thinking of the Batman Arkham City. But I know this is like a special map, and then another special, Crime Alley. So these are like Gotham City downloaded areas. And this is just fights. This is an infinite fight. You just keep going along as long as you can until you die and see how many points you can rack up. Holy crap, that guy has a lot of points. You're going to be number 1 forever, my friend. Congratulations. And then another infinite one right here is the Scarecrow's Nightmare, where instead of thugs, you're fighting all of Scarecrow's skeleton guys. Once again, this is, you have to keep going until you take a single blow. So the second anybody hits you, the game is over, and then you just kind of keep going from there. Again, you, my friend, who are in the top position will be there for the rest of your life, because number 2 isn't even close. But that's really it in terms of extra stuff that you unlock after the game is complete. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the main story itself, just like this. And here I am in Arkham West. This pretty much drops me off right outside the final encounter with Joker. So this way, if you wanted to, you can always go back in and beat the game again just for, you know, giggles. Or if you did not collect any Riddler trophies, now would be the time to do it as well, because you have the whole island, you know, free to do whatever it is that you want. Now, what I'm going to be doing for you guys right now is I'm going to be visiting a few key points around the island, and these key points are going to have things like Easter eggs or secrets or just various points of interest that you may or may not know about, depending on how detailed you play the game, or even knew about to begin with. I have a list of 6 things next to me, 6 key points that I will be making throughout the course of this little bonus video, but there are plenty more in this game, and I'm not counting things that, like, the Riddler brought you to. So, like, I did some research online about, you know, top Easter eggs in Batman Arkham Asylum, and people kept mentioning Osito, which is the little bear that Bane had with him when he was trapped in, like, the prison and everything. You need to scan the bear in order to answer a riddle. So, and then when you answer the riddle inside of Bane's actual... Is that where I want to go? Wait. Yeah, this is where I want to go. I want to go to the character bio. Come on. Inside of Bane's actual character bio, it mentions, I was right on him, there he is. It mentions the bear. Yeah, see, it says it right there. Teddy bear he named Osito. So, obviously, by scanning the bear and reading that, you think to yourself, oh, that must be the bear. So, it's not really an Easter egg, in my opinion. It's there as a, like, tie-in to the character. But what I am going to show you are some interesting things. And the first place that we're going is the penitentiary. So, I will meet you in the room that I need to be in order to show you this, this really interesting first one. So, here we go. Alright, all the way down here in the security control room in the penitentiary is where the first little surprise happens to be. Back in 2008, Rocksteady ran a contest where whoever won it was able to get their face rendered into this game as a character. That winner happens to be this guy right here. Say hello to Luke Oliver. Once he actually turns around and looks at me. You gonna come over here, buddy? Yep. So he is the winner of the 2008 contest that got his face permanently rendered into this game. Little did he know that he was gonna be a crazed psychopath, locked behind this glass door for the remainder of his life. But isn't that pretty cool that this is actually like a real person out there that entered the contest and decided, hey, I want to be a part of history. I want to be a part of Batman Arkham Asylum. How am I going to be that? I'm going to be this straight jacket wearing craze picture drawing weirdo back here for now and forever. I wonder if this guy actually shows this to the kids and be like, hey, this is Daddy. Congratulations, Luke Oliver. You've done us all well. All right. So that's that here. The next place I am actually heading, I believe, is the medical center. So let's actually head down there, and I'll show you some more stuff. Patient observation is the first place that we are making our stop here in the medical center. If you notice, this is the area where you had to actually remove some of the gas that was filling up in the room. And then if you go into that room over there, that's where Firefly was. It was also the guy that was hanging up there that you had to knock down in order to crack open the roof. But if you notice, there's actually a little ticker up here right above this observation room of sorts. And if you zoom in, it's a little hard to see. But people say that it says, Dr. Clooney, please report to gynecology. Now, I understand why they want it to say that, because, George Clooney did play Batman in the atrocity of Batman and Robin, but he was also, a doctor on ER, so this could have multiple meanings to it. Unfortunately, he spells his name differently. He spells his name with 2 O's, so if you look at it differently, maybe it says something else or whatever, but I can see where people would say it says, Dr. Clooney, please report to gynecology. So that is one of the Easter eggs that I was reading about online. I showed it up there long enough for you to kind of make your own judgment about maybe what you think it says. It's definitely missing an O to be the word Clooney, but who knows? Somebody could just not know, somebody could just be as bad at spelling as I am. But I need to go out into the hallway I was just in for the next one. So let me meet you guys out there really quickly.
Security wings offer normal but troubled individuals a safe haven for recovery. An extensive breakdown of our costs and healthcare packages can be found at the front desk or at www.arkhamcare.com/prices. We accept most major HMOs.
Alright, I'm going to stop it right there really quickly. www.arkhamcare.com was an actual website. It was part of the viral marketing campaign for this game when it first came out. And yes, you could have went on there. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore. It was taken down a long time ago, and I kind of wish it still existed, so this way I can kind of mess around with it on my own. But yes, you could go onto there and check out all different things about Arkham Asylum, including the various prices that they offer in order to try to help heal your sick and deranged loved ones. In addition to that, you could go around and check out different, help cards of sorts throughout it in order to be able to, get around the asylum easier, or at least, make it easier working there and everything. But I don't know if you could actually get into those normally. What you would need to do is there's a little thing in the upper right corner for employee login. And once you actually get in there, you can choose to log in as one of the many people that we meet on this adventure. Various doctors and officers and things like that, including like Officer Bowles or Dr. Young or whatever. And at certain points throughout this game, you could actually acquire their passwords. So like Dr. Bowles, I had his written down just because he was the first one that was shown to me. If you go and click on his name, you can enter his ID number, which is 125845712. I don't know what those number means. That's just what I wrote down. And you'd be able to actually access the employee records that he would only be, privy to. And then I guess you could do that with the doctors and everything. And you'd be able to look at, files of various Arkham Asylum inmates. And then, I don't know if the help things are with them. You can only find them through, the employee login. But it was a really cool way to kind of interact a different way with Arkham Asylum. And I kind of, wish that the site was still up just so I can flip around it as well. But it's been so long and the site does not exist anymore. So there you go. That was a little fun thing that was thrown into the game right before it came out. So this way you can, who knows? Everybody probably knows somebody that they would love to check into Arkham Asylum. Hell, if it actually was here, I wouldn't mind just walking around myself. But what I am going to do now is I am going to make my way to the mansion. The last 3 things that I want to show you guys are in the mansion, and that's when things get really weird. So let me head down over there, and I will show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Let's go. Alright, here we are inside the mansion. I figured I'd just pick it up right here, because it's kind of something that I should have pointed out earlier, but I actually didn't know about it until I started doing my research for the game. This, by the way, is not an Easter egg. That is just a fun thing to do that they threw in there, just a little bit of a detail. Now, Easter eggs are made in order to kind of give nods and recognition to various pieces of lore, depending on whatever it is you're playing. So in this case, the Batman history and things along that ways. And this bell actually contains one such Easter egg. It's kind of hard to see. It was much easier to see when it was actually still in the bell tower, but again, I did not know about it at the time. There is a date written along the side of the bell tower, and it's Arkham Asylum, it says, and then it goes April 1st, 1922. And I was able to get on top of the bell by going up here. Let me zip up here like this, and then kind of climbing here. Can I make it? Okay, good. All right, kind of on the bell. It is what it is. But yeah, there's a date on the bell, April 1st. I'm sorry, April 1st, 1922. Now, what is the significance of this date? Actually, without me swinging my cape and hitting the right buttons, if we go on over to the character bios, we kind of already know, though kind of don't at the same time. If you go over to the Amadeus Arkham and you read about this, you find out that he actually killed Martin Mad Dog Hawkins, which was the very first patient he took under his wing in the asylum, and also the person that killed his family. He killed him through an electrocution. And actually, that happened on this date, April 1st, 1922. So Amadeus was so proud of his work that he did with that patient that he forever carved it onto the bell that rang every day in Arkham Asylum. So again, these things don't really there to make or break anything, gameplay wise or whatever, but they're just fun things to know about and to learn and just to be like, that's interesting. Knowing is half the battle is what they say. Anyway, we are going to be moving on to Dr. Young's office, so let's head over this way. So if you guys may remember, Dr. Young's office has some, morgue body holder places in them. For some reason, she has these things in her office. And I took this particular screenshot when we first were here. And if you can remember from that is Ra's al Ghul. We scanned him as an answer to one of the Riddler questions, and I told you that there is something very interesting that happens with him once you come back later. And that would happen to be this. The body is now gone. What happened to it? Did members of the League of Shadows come and rescue their fallen master? Did Ra's al Ghul once again come back from the dead and is heading himself off to the Lazarus Pit in order to recover from his injuries? Who knows? But it's a really cool... Again, this counts as an Easter egg because this plays into the character of Ra's al Ghul, the forever immortal tyrant or general, whatever, the head of the demon, I believe his name means, stuff like that. So really cool to see that little bit of a detail in there just kind of show up. Plus, speaking of show up, he does appear in the next one and has a pretty interesting role in it. So that is 5 of the 6 things that I want to show you. The last thing that I want to show you is actually in Warden Sharp's office, and this is something that was not discovered in this game for quite a while. I want to say that this secret wasn't found until at least Arkham City was released, which is really interesting when you actually know what this secret entails. Now, basically, the way I know to activate it is you have to at least have completed the game once. The game has to register that you have gone through it from beginning to end, story-wise and everything, at least once. What you want to do is you want to come in here to Warden Sharp's office, his big, like, area, his man cave of sorts on the island. We're going to get out the explosive gel, and we want to kind of group them together. So we'll put one over here, and then you kind of take a little bit of a step to the side. We'll put another one right here, and you do want to use all three. So, and we'll put this one right here. Stepping back and hitting the explode button, the detonate button, reveals a hidden room. And this room does not appear on the map at all. Now, we've gone through secret rooms before, but, like, say these, like, vent things or whatever, these are, like, what you would consider, like, quote-unquote secret rooms, or even this little one right here, this little alcove. Okay, so it did not appear on the map until I actually walked into it. I believe this one, as soon as I walk in, still does not appear on the map. This is completely hidden from anything in the island, or anything, in the asylum, on the island, whatever that. So, what's the significance of this room, you may ask? Well, this is where you get your first glimpse of this. Arkham City. That's right. The Warden, his whole plan is to create Arkham City, cutting off a section of Gotham City, the northern area of it, and then pretty much bringing all of the villains from Arkham Asylum and throwing them into Arkham City. Now, of course, he has other help with this and everything, and that's all based off of the Arkham City game, but this is where you get your first look at it, and this was in the original version of Arkham Asylum, which means, like, what was it? This came out 2 years before Arkham City, something like that. You were able to see the plans for the next game long before Rocksteady even had it, the beginning works or whatever, like, even before they had anything started. So it's really awesome that they had the foresight to know what the next game is going to be. And apparently they do the same thing in Arkham City at some point, where it actually foretells the future for Arkham Knight. No one wants to remember that Arkham Origins happened, apparently. But there you go. This is, like, the big secret of, Arkham Asylum. This particular hidden room that has all of, like, Warden Sharp stuff on it. Now, who found this room? I don't know. How did they find this room? I'm not sure either. But I do know that in Arkham City, as you unlock certain things in there, like, you scan stuff from, like, Riddler Trophies, and it gives you a little bit more of a history about the island, or the city, I mean, and, like, what happened to it. There is a little bit of a story segment where Batman apparently is talking to Catwoman, saying that he found a hidden room inside of Quincy Sharp's office that talked about Arkham City, and that is exactly what this is. Wonder how many of you out there actually knew this was a part of the game. I had the original Arkham Asylum, and I had to go back, like the original, mind you, and I had to go back in order to check to see if this room was there, and sure enough, yes, it was. But there you go, everybody. That is pretty much that. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can get equipped with me, MetalBlade427. Hope you enjoyed checking out these little Easter eggs and secrets that I found throughout the course of Batman Arkham Asylum. I know that there's a whole lot more in here that I missed, but these are just the ones that I happened to come across, through research and my own knowledge, and thought that it was all just really cool the way that it was all set out. They do a lot more Easter egg stuff in later versions of these games, so for right now, this is pretty much what we have to offer. I'm glad that you guys hung out with me throughout my entire Arkham Asylum playthrough. I look forward to seeing you guys in whatever new project it is that I have coming out next. And until then, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you all later.